So I've said it before and I'll say it again, my favorite part of any new Pokemon game is the new Pokemon that come along with it. There's only 28 new Pokemon, which is the least of any new Pokemon game. However, there's a decent amount of good designs to make up for that. Some people are really convinced that Pokemon is running out of ideas for new Pokemon, so let's take a look at some Pokemon that challenge that idea and count down the top 5 best new Pokemon in Legends Arceus. And yes, once again, I say Arceus, not Arceus. Get over it. Last video we talked about just Hisuian Pokemon, but this one includes all new Pokemon as well as Hisuian Pokemon. Make sure you guys drop a like if you want to see more of this type of content, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into the list. All right, let's get right into the list. In the number 5 spot, the first Pokemon we're going to be talking about is Amorous. Now, I'll be the first to admit that when I first saw this Pokemon, I honestly hated it, and especially the Therian form. Like, what even is this? The design just seems really jarring at first, and the flippers are just off. Now, I don't know if this Pokemon did some weird love ritual to make me like it, but it really worked. Amorous is definitely some love-themed genie, which is definitely my favorite type of weather, but I think the design's actually really unique, especially if you compare it to the rest of the weather genie trio. It's one thing to be unique, but the Pokemon has to actually look good at the end of the day, and I think Amorous looks great. I still vastly prefer the incarnate form over Therian, but the Therian really isn't so bad if you consider that snake it's got on its back. Amorous also has the same typing as Togekiss, being fairy and flying, and being that Togekiss was never held back by its typing, it's really not bad at all. Overall, I totally get why people might not like this Pokemon, but I've always been an advocate for the idea that not every Pokemon has to be cute or cool. Why can't there be ugly Pokemon? Oh wait. Moving on, in the number 4 spot, we do have Weirdeer, the only Pokemon on this list that's been revealed already before release. I love what they did to Stantler. They aged Buddy up like 80 years, took away his shaving razor, and somehow made it look badass. And I feel like Stantler was a very overlooked Pokemon until now, which makes it a great candidate for an evolution. I think a reason Stantler was so unpopular is because of its design. Its design is not bad at all, it's just a bit too plain, I think. Weirdeer's design does a great job of keeping the simplicity of Stantler, while also expanding on the idea of the Pokemon and somehow making it look legendary. Maybe it's just because its antlers remind me of the weird thing Arceus has on its torso. Weirdeer is a normal and psychic type with some pretty impressive HP, attack, and special attack stats, hopefully making it a bit better than regular Stantler in battle. I'm always a fan of when older Pokemon that don't evolve finally get an evolution, and Weirdeer definitely keeps that tradition up. But Sneasler, on the other hand, God. Really quickly, just gotta let you guys know I'm probably streaming this game live on Twitch right now. After the video, definitely swing by and drop a follow, but trust me, you do not want to miss number 1 on this list. To keep up the trend of older Pokemon that get evolutions, in the number 3 spot, we have Ursaluna. Once again, the first time I saw this Pokemon, I really didn't like it, but something we Pokemon fans have to learn is to wait for in-game footage or animations before we judge a Pokemon's design. And after seeing Ursaluna in-game, I was immediately sold. Like, I thought it would be impossible to make Ursaring look even more badass, and I was proved wrong. The bulkier design truly makes this Pokemon even more terrifying, and you just can't forget about that little sunset on its face. Apparently, Ursaring evolves into Ursaluna using the item peat blocks, and I'm no expert in agriculture, alright, but I looked up what peat is, and it's used for domestic heating purposes as an alternative to firewood, and forms a fuel suitable for boiler firing. So, not really sure how that applies to Pokemon, but the more you know. It's a normal and ground type, so shout out to my boy Diggersby, but this Pokemon's stats are definitely something to talk about. 130 HP, 130 attack, and 105 defense. Special defense really isn't bad, sitting at around 80, but the speed and special attack are abysmal. Not that Ursaluna even needs a good special attack. With 130 base, he's probably good with just Scratch or Mud Slap. I'm just happy that the bulkiness of its design is in line with its stats. I cannot wait to see how this Pokemon plays out. Okay, I know I said Weirdeer was the only Pokemon that's been revealed on this list so far, but I kinda lied. In the number 2 spot, we have new Basculin and Basculegion. And yes, it is not Hisuian Basculin, it is Basculin. When Basculegion first got announced, I was mad excited. Once again, it's really cool to see older Pokemon finally get an evolution, and it really seems like Pokemon tried to overcompensate by making this Pokemon just ginormous. But I'm really glad they decided to, because from the moment I saw Basculegion, I've loved it. And when I got to see its pre-evolution finally, I just got excited all over again. Its design really isn't too different from normal Basculin, but the small little tweaks really make the Pokemon stand out for me. Like, it looks almost cute now with the change to its eyes. Like, they straight up gave Basculin the friend treatment. and I'm here for it. As for the typings, Basculin White Stripe is just pure water, whereas Basculegion in both its forms is water and ghost, which I think is a great addition to the Pokemon. There's just way too much going on in Basculegion's design for it to be just pure water. New Basculin stats don't change at all from normal Basculin, but Basculegion has two different stat spreads for both of its forms. They both have 120 HP, 65 defense, 75 special defense, and 78 speed, but male Basculin does seem to be more of a physical attacker with 112 attack and 80 special, whereas female is 92 attack and 100 special. So I guess there's some moveset diversity depending on what your Basculegion is. All in all, I love this Pokemon and I'm really considering using it for my team, but before we get into the number 1 spot, let's talk about a few honorable mentions. Really quickly, I just need to mention 2 Pokemon from the other Legends Arceus top 5 that I did. Honestly, they should be on this list and they definitely would if it was a top 10, but I just didn't want to repeat any Pokemon from the other video because I would essentially just be saying the same thing. Anyways, gotta give a shout out to my boys Hisuian Sneasel and Hisuian Typhlosion. Sneasel is now a poison and fighting type and has the same stats as normal Sneasel. While its evolution does have some pretty impressive stats, its design, not so much. I really hope Sneasler's design grows on me while I play the game, and I'm sure it will, but I 100% prefer Hisuian Sneasel over the evolution. Also, Sneasler is like the worst Pokemon name ever. And for Typhlosion, I think I might prefer the Hisuian version, which I'll admit is a bit surprising considering I've known and loved regular Typhlosion for so long, but man, this Pokemon is just way too cool. Hisuian Typhlosion is now Fire and Ghost type and receives slight buffs to its HP and special attack stats, while losing 5 points in base speed. After seeing Hisuian Typhlosion with its flames out, let's just say I immediately knew what starter Pokemon I was picking for this game, and I cannot wait to use it on my team. But we are not here to waste time talking about Pokemon that should be on the list. We're talking about Pokemon that are on the list. So let's move on and get into the number 1 spot for the best Pokemon in Legends Arceus. In my opinion, of course, in my opinion, of course, in my opinion, of course. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we have Dialga Lord. In my opinion, this is the most legendary looking Pokemon we've ever had. Like, I don't know how to describe it. This Pokemon just looks legendary in every way. I'm kind of just shocked that Pokemon even created this. Like, it doesn't really seem like something they would make. And I'm also shocked that they could make Palkia Lord. But that's for a different video. I cannot wait till I get in point in game where I get to battle or catch this thing. I can only imagine how intense that's gonna be. Especially after listening to some of the leaked music from this game. Oh my god, the OST is so good. The typing stays the same as normal Dialga and has similar stats as well, but gaining an extra 20 in attack and special defense, which, I don't know, seems a bit random, but good for you, Dialga. At this point, I don't even want to play Legends of Arceus. I want to play Legends Dialga Lord. I'm gonna be so depressed if I figure out this Pokemon is unobtainable or locked behind an event or something, but until then, it's my number 1 pick for the best new Pokemon in Legends Arceus. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely make sure you leave a like. It lets me know if you guys want to see more of this type of content. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, follow me on Twitch.